Hi, I'm Ariane, and
Prometheus!
we're book zealots. We found out today that the powers that be are going to control us puny little citizens and lock us down for 30 days. To which we said, want a bet? That's not what we said. We said, we need book therapy. So we went, come over here. So we went to the library and we donated some books. But their library bookstore, the library bookstore is still closed. The gentleman that I spoke with doesn't know. He was very frustrated as well. We're all sick and tired of this sick and tiredness. You sick and tired of this sick and tiredness?
Yes.
Okay. There is one bookstore in town, so I called them, and the woman was such a breath of fresh air. Oh my goodness, fabulous. Because of that, we went and spent a boatload of money. I normally say buttload of money. We spent a lot of money, and it was so fun, and it was well worth it. And the manager was awesome, and the lady helping him and helping us was awesome. Yeah. So, I'll boycott those Lexington bookstores and give the money to the people in town. Yeah. Okay, so where do you want to start? Right on top. Okay. I have heard about this book. I believe it was Heidi. And I'm having a brain fart and I don't remember the name of her channel, but she's in Maine. I know that much. She's really lovely. I remember her talking about this book, and I had it on the back of my head, filed away to look into this, and so voila, they had it. Now, what are you doing? Is that your mask? Your COVID mask? Okay, so I thought, what a perfect time to read this book while we're, going through this all over again. Another one, this is obviously factual, but one of my 5-star reads so far this year was The Things That Keep Us Here. Thank you. The Things That Keep Us Here was, actually it was a 4-star rating, but it was still one of the better books that I've read so far. And so I have high hopes for this. I'm hoping it'll be really, really good. Okay, next. That one's yours.
Killing the Rising Sun by Bill O'Reilly. This ought to be interesting.
I don't like him, but I've heard his books are pretty good. I think it depends on the topic, but we don't judge a book by the author. We try and judge the book by its content, so yeah. And then The Crusades. I think, how old were you when we found out how many there were?
8.
Okay, so Prometheus was 8. We were doing 3rd grade, and we had bought a boxed curricula. And we learned that there were 8 main holy wars, crusades, whatever you want to call it.
And you're going throwing the books around.
We get yelled at. But there were actually a total of 13.
13 to 14.
13 or 14, which I had never been taught that in school. Did you all know that? Who knew that? Do you all know who started it? And then who, there's so much politics behind that. I digress. Okay, but anyways, I got this and I have another one. So I have 2 books about the Crusade. Where's the other one? It's
right there.
Oh, it's on the bottom. Okay, we'll bring it up. Okay. So anyways, I thought this would be really educational because, history, war, religion, what's not to like?
Question. Does anybody know about the Child Crusade?
I don't even know about the Child Crusade. What's that? Did I forget about it? Whoa. Getting the evil eye from the hand, from the thing.
We will see.
What is it?
The Child Crusade was a crusade composed mainly of orphans and children who wanted to fight the Holy War. This crusade did not go very well, and most of them were sold into slavery.
That's horrible.
Yes.
Did I know that?
You did.
Okay. I forgot. Where's my other one like this, though? So, yes, I have heard about these two books. I don't even know how long. Forever. When did they come out? That long. I have a friend in California who has been telling me I have to read them. Okay, so I bought them and I just texted her and let her know that I finally bought them so that I can read them. And I'm super excited. So which one should I start with? And it'll probably be October. October, maybe September. Depends on whether or not I'm doing a buddy read with someone in September. So, okay. So, what'd you get? Oh, do this. Is this one yours or mine? Do that one.
Ah.
Come in. Good grief.
No, don't tug on the... When the Earth had two moons. I have no idea what this book is about. It seemed like an interesting one, and it had some interesting numbers in the front involving the moon and the Earth.
And interesting pictures as well.
And interesting pictures. And if I can find it... Oh,
diagrams.
There's a diagram there. I don't know what that's about. The Earth's surface.
Well, that had pretty flowers. What were the flowers for?
I don't know.
That was some good pictures.
Yeah, there are very good pictures in here. Not that. Not that. Ah.
Oh, pictures. Flowers. Where are you going?
Don't tuggy on the book.
Ah. All right, another book that I just recently heard about, The Boy Who Followed His Father into Auschwitz by Jeremy Dronfield. A true story of family and survival. I'm not sure who I heard this from, but it was very recent that I saw it. And again, filed it away in my teeny tiny little brain and went, that's another book I want. Okay. Come in.
Could Hitler have won the war of World War II? Quite possibly. If he had properly allocated his resources, we could have been under the rule of a madman, at least temporarily.
Right, so underneath it says the fatal error that led to Nazi defeat, because towards the end, apparently he was making a lot of mistakes. Which brings us to the conspiracy theories of whether or not he had died before he had actually died, because there was a rumor about that.
I mean, seriously, Sea Lion was an interesting operation that never got off the ground, and Operation Barbarossa? Who thinks it's a good idea to invade Russia? Okay, fine, the crazy madman of Russia had killed a quarter of his officers. But still, who invades Russia?
Crazy people. Crazy people invade Russia. Crazy people try and take over the world. Yeah?
Yeah?
Okay, The Secret Rooms. A true story of a haunted castle, a plotting duchess, a family secret by Catherine Bailey. Without saying a true story, to me, it sounded and the cover looks like it would be fiction. It is true stories, so, and in the world history section. So I thought this was interesting. It's about the 9th Duke of Rutland. I don't know who that is. Do you know who that is?
9.
9. I don't know either. Okay, your turn.
The drugs of the Third Reich. This ought to be interesting. The Germans had some very interesting chemicals that they developed.
And sadly researched on people they had no business researching on, and yet has anything really changed? Now we pay them for it.
Yeah,
to be used as guinea pigs. Henrietta lacks anyone, but I digress. So I actually saw this on the shelf and said, hey Prometheus, you'd be interested in this? Hey, why not?
Yeah.
So we've had some interesting conversations about drugs that pilots, I think specifically the Russian pilots, women pilots.
It's the Night Witches?
That were given drugs so that they could stay awake and do their night flying. I can't even imagine the withdrawals that those women went through. Cannot even imagine. Okay, so everybody knows about this book, right? The Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes. I have the the book Woman of Troublesome Creek from the library. I just picked it up today, so I had to get this one because they didn't have the other one that I got from the library, which I would gladly return. I've been waiting about 7 or 8 months, if not longer than that, for that library book. Yeah. And the manager at the bookstore and I had a really good conversation about how long we have to wait on average, not even during this pandemic thing, just on average, how long we have to wait for the library to get books or audiobooks or whatever, or ebooks. And this is why we buy books, because I don't want to have to wait. I want to be able to have it on my shelf. I want to be able to read it at my leisure, not for a time thing. And then,
We are forced to rush, and it takes forever.
Well, not only that, it just isn't as enjoyable.
Precisely.
Your turn.
It is?
I think so. I just did that one.
Yes. Rise and Fall of the Third Reich.
I thought we already had it. I don't think we already had it.
I don't know if we have it.
Don't think we do.
We might not. We don't have it, apparently. But this ought to be interesting. I'm curious. I'm reading the Adolf book, still. Haven't picked it up.
No, okay, yeah.
I haven't picked it up. Okay.
Technically, he hasn't picked it up in a while because he's been reading.
The Russia and the West.
No, the other one.
Oh, yeah, Eye of the World.
Yeah, Eye of the World. Yeah. Okay. This one I also heard about from Heidi. Midnight in Chernobyl by Adam Higginbotham. I hope that's how you say it. The untold story of the world's greatest nuclear disaster. And while we were at the store and I showed this to Prometheus, he gave me a little tidbit. He's going to yell at me. Little tidbit about Chernobyl. What happened at Chernobyl, Prometheus?
If I remember correctly,
Get over here.
the scientists of the reactor were experimenting with it and purposely turned off most of the safety functions for the reactor to basically see how far they could push it. They pushed it too far. I don't think they were expecting an explosion, though.
Not expecting it to go kaboom?
No.
Okay. Your turn. No, that one's mine. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, but you wanted this one.
I did.
Yeah? Didn't you? I thought you did.
Walden. And on the civil... Dystravia.
Okay, Walden and On the Duty of Civil Disobedience by Henry David Thoreau, a literary classic, 1854 to 1849. I like that it has a little ribbon. They had 3 copies though, and I had to go through all 3 copies to find the best one because on the deckled edges there was gunk on one of them, and they were dusty. So apparently there are not enough people reading the classics in Kentucky, at least Southern Kentucky. Southern Kentucky. I'm talking with the Mississippi drawl. Sorry, y'all. Okay, next. Oh yeah, do that one.
We have procured Radium Girls. Finally. So hopefully we'll be able to finish this sometime within the next 3 months.
Because we've been listening to the audio since March, I think.
Yeah, March.
And then it expired. It had to go back to the library. This was the audio book. Then we got it recently and then had to return it back again. Yeah.
Okay, I think we were close to chapter 27.
I'll check. So. Yeah, okay. The Summer Wives by Beatrice Williams. I don't remember who I heard this from, but I do know that it was on my Goodreads TBR before we were actually on BookTube. Speaking of which, we did finally open an account for Book Zealots at Goodreads. So if you want to look us up, I'll try and put a link. We do have a link on our channel About section. Look us up. Ariane and Prometheus, Book Zealots, we're there. We're good. So finally. Okay, so I'm looking forward to that. What else? Oh, you want me to do more?
We have 5 minutes.
Oh, we're not going to make it. We're going to have to cut it and then... Oh, bossy. Okay. Transcription by Kate Atkinson. Okay, I tried to read Life After Life and didn't like it, so hopefully I'll like this one because it's about someone, an 18-year-old woman, 1940, and MI5. Huh, need to read any more? I don't think so. And here's my other Crusades book. Look at those knives, those swords, excuse me. Prometheus has enjoyed craftsmanship of all kinds since, oh goodness, since you were very young. I remember being on the plane and you had a book and looking through the book. So the epic history of the wars for the Holy Lands, and apparently there's still some issue. Ooh, colored pictures! Still some issues going on in Jerusalem about the Holy Lands and the red heifers for the Jewish people and the sacrifices that they want to make because they want to build their third temple, etc., etc. Anyway, this is really cool. Look at those pictures. Great. So, I think a lot of confusion too is, well, I won't even get into that yet. I'll wait to my other book, which is this one, Pagan Christianity. Boy, this one's going to be a hot topic. You're either going to like it or you're going to hate it. Don't take it out of me, though. I'm just the messenger because I'm just reading the book. Frank Viola and George Barna, exploring the roots of our church practices. And one of the chapters, so let's see, the order of worship, Sunday morning set in concrete. Now, why is that? Church building, inheriting the edifice complex. And have we really been doing it by the book? So, you know, good, some good stuff right there. Hopefully it's good stuff. 2 more minutes. Okay, do yours. Quick. Let's see if we can finish.
Lenin, Stalin, and Hitler. Because, why not?
Yeah, because, why not? And I think somebody else has mentioned this. It might be, let's blame Bill Rutenberg. Yeah, let's blame him. Romanovs. And you know what? I think there are some other booktubers to blame for this.
Yes. This is Smithsonian Atlas of World War II, map by map. This is going to be fun, especially in comparison to how Hitler could have won the war book.
Aren't they in color, too? Like
some of them are in color, and some of them include pictures. The famous Yalta picture of the 3 major powers. And just look at that landmass. Europe has never looked this beautiful.
Why do you say that?
Because Europe has never been that united before. It's always looked like a kaleidoscope.
But they weren't united. They were forced.
Okay, yeah.
Let's talk about semantics here. Okay, SPQR, A History of Ancient Rome by Mary Beard. And I am blaming Jennifer for this one because I saw this on her channel. And the gown, which I think was super popular. Was that just last year?
Something.
I think it was last year. And I was going to try and get it from the library, but you know, I had to wait 18 months or whatever it was, some crazy amount of time. And another David McCullough book, The Great Bridge. And do I blame Heidi for this one as well? I don't know. I think that's it. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay, so sorry to rush the end, but you know, we wanted to make sure that we fit all of this in. How many books did we get?
25.
So we got 25 books. I'm not even about to tell you how much money we spent, but it was a lot. It was a lot, and I almost had a heart attack and went, whoa, I don't know that I've ever spent that much money before. Yeah, so, well, you know, we won't be going anywhere for the next 30 days. We'll be hunkering down and living our own lives and, you know, posting booktube video content and having tea for Jane Austen and loving Emma. Hello. What else? Yeah, that's good.